Hello everyone. I'm super excited because today I am going to share with you guys kind of how I meal plan and how I meal prep. So I wanted to share with you guys because I get this question a lot. It seems like a lot of people kind of know what to do at the gym, or maybe they have like a group fitness class or something like that. So for a lot of the people, I get questions about like the nutrition side of things and the meal plan side of things. So the meal plan that I specifically follow, it really goes off of balanced macronutrients. So that means it follows like the 40% carbs, 30% fats, and 30% proteins. And really, it goes off of a range rather than like down to the exact calorie, just so that you don't have to stress about like weighing anything like that. I go off of more like portion sizes, and it's actually measured out by like a specific formula and all that. So I personally get 5 servings of vegetables, 3 servings of fruits, 5 servings of protein, 4 servings of carbs, 1 healthy fat, 1 nuts and seeds, and then 5 like nut butters and cooking oils and things like that each day. So I calculated that based off of a formula used for my specific goals, and then also for like my activity level, really to just pinpoint what like my caloric needs are, what like proportion of each food group my body needs, so that I can really make sure that I'm staying with that 40-30-30 balanced macronutrients. So when I am planning my meals, I typically do this every single Sunday. Just so that I know what the week ahead holds. So the way that I do that is I will look at like my planner, my calendar, whatever, and just kind of see any like social events that I have coming up and that I know I may be like eating out, or maybe I need to like account that I need to bring that meal with me somewhere, or whatever that may be. I always like try and plan that stuff ahead, just so I don't get to like Saturday of the following week and have all of this food left over because I had all these lunches or coffee meetings or happy hours, whatever it may be, that like I didn't take into account. So that's one thing that I like to do, just so I can really make sure that I'm making like an adequate amount of food, not too little, not too much. Some things are good in the freezer if like I had extra taco meat the other week, so I put that in the freezer, and then we'll just take it out and defrost it as I need it, cook it up and add it onto a salad or whatever. So some things like that are good. Some things more of like dishes are not as good. So I like to think about that sort of thing. And one thing that is super important too is making sure that like you're balancing out the like different food groups that you're having, so you're getting in those different types of macros, because your body digests them better when you're having them together. So if you're just gonna have 5 freaking cups of spinach, like A, that's not fun, but B, like it's best to break up that macronutrients or that food group so that you're having it throughout the day. So like vegetables especially, it's good to break those up rather than just having one ginormous salad, because it's important to get like that fiber throughout the day to really help that digestion, keep things moving, and so on and so forth. And like same with having like healthy fats and stuff. If you just have it all at once, it's not as good. Like your body can only use so much of one nutrient at a time. So it's very important to like break that stuff up. So I use this to plan it out. So each color here is associated with the food group. So you can see on this one that I already did, I have the containers at the top here so that I know my like portions that I should be having each day. So then I think about what I want. I typically recommend picking like those recipes first, just so that you can really plan around that. Typically dinner, I will do more of a recipe, and lunch, I will do more of a like just kind of throw stuff together, if we're being honest. And I personally am okay eating the same like few things throughout the week, whereas I know some people like need to have a new meal every single week. So I'm more so talking to the other people who are okay having things throughout the week. So what I typically do, I get a lot of my recipe ideas. The program that I follow has a cookbook. So I mean, if you like shrimp, if you want some like kebab guys, there's more shrimp. Like there's all these like different types of meals literally for every like meal of the day, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner. It tells me step-by-step recipes. It tells me like what portions everything is. And so it's really easy to like just put that in there. So like for this week, for example, I am making a healthier mac and cheese. And so I know that I can add some extra veggies to that. It already has broccoli and chicken in it. So I know obviously like my pasta is going to be a carb. I know the chicken's protein. The broccoli that's in there is going to be a vegetable, obviously. And then also there's cheese on that. So that's going to be a healthy fat. So I know that I can plug that in here for my lunch. And like know that everything is accounted for. And then for dinner, typically I don't make, like I said, multiple recipes at once, but for my dinner, I am having a lemon garlic chicken with asparagus. So good. I know my chicken's a protein. I know my asparagus is vegetable. And then I'm also going to account for the cooking oil that I'm going to use, because it's little things like that, you guys, that add up. It's that cream in your coffee. It's the extra sodium that you're using. It is the extra like cooking oil and stuff like that. That really is going to add up when you might be like, oh my gosh, but I'm eating so healthy and I can't lose weight. Really take into account those little things that you're having, because those are what add up. I will say I change my mind sometimes for breakfast. Right now I have that I'm having eggs with vegetables, like some cut up peppers and onions and broccoli in there to get in some extra veggies and get that fiber in throughout the day. And then also toast and fruit. I have some snacks and stuff. And like for me personally, the most important thing is like planning snacks. Like the meals I do pretty well with, like I make those regardless, but I don't always plan ahead my snacks, and those tend to be the times where I am just doing like the grab and go, and that tends to be like where I fall off track the easiest. So it's super important to also think about the snacks that you're having. I am going to have like my shake with fruit and chia seeds, probably some crackers in there. I'm gonna have one of my bars with some veggies and a healthier ranch dip. That one, if you scroll back in my feed, I shared it like a week or two ago. It's amazing. You need that in your life. And then I'm also going to have like some Greek yogurt with a little bit of cinnamon, vanilla, and honey, and then some fruit and muesli. I like to try not to use too much packaged food, but if I do, I really look at the ingredients to see like what's actually in it. A lot of packaged foods have hidden sugars. So looking at those sugars and looking at those ingredients, because a lot of them are unnecessary. I really like 7 Sundays muesli. I get mine at Costco. It's in a giant bag. It is really good ingredients. There's a tiny bit, I believe it's honey, that's the sweetener in there, but there's only a couple grams of sugar. So I know that they're not like obviously loading it with crap, and it's not the first ingredient. So that is super important. So like I said, I plan all this out on Sunday. From here, I make my grocery list. So I look at like obviously what I already have in my kitchen, what I don't have, and what I need to get. I'm a big fan of Aldi. It doesn't have to be expensive to eat healthy, you guys. And if you're like obviously not able to buy everything organic, make sure you pay attention to the Dirty Dozen, because those are really foods that we should make sure we're getting organic, because those tend to have higher amounts of like pesticides. Make sure you're not buying meat with antibiotics and things like that that can really mess up like our hormones, and our body just isn't meant to have. So I go grocery shopping, I come back and I start prepping stuff. So if I'm having veggies and that ranch, I will cut up my veggies so that and like wash them so that I have them ready for the week. Typically at my like lunch and my dinner, I will make those ahead of time. So like I made my mac and cheese. I'm actually making my chicken and asparagus tonight because I have not had time yet. And anything that needs to be like prepped to be grab and go, I do that. So like I said, already the veggies, the yogurt is pretty easy to do on the go. And then my breakfast I will make each day because it's easy just to whip up eggs, push the button on the toaster, and all that sort of stuff. If you obviously are taking your lunches to work, I work from home. So for me, it's really easy just to go in the fridge, grab one container, portion out like the correct amount so I make sure I'm not like overeating or anything, and heat that up in the microwave. But when I was working in corporate, I had some nice like meal prep containers. You can get cheap ones on Amazon. I personally really like using like glass dishes and Pyrex, just because you don't have to worry about like putting plastic in the microwave. The glass lasts longer. It's not like discolored. It cleans up nicely, all that stuff, but everyone has their own preference. So you can always just pre-portion things out and stack those containers in your fridge. So when you leave for work on Monday, you can just grab that and go, and everything is ready for you. So you guys, that's really how I meal prep. If you have any questions, I would love to hear them. And I know so many people think that it's expensive, but it's really not. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive. If you shop at Aldi or you shop at Costco, you buy things that are in season, you buy things that are on sale. A lot of stores still put like their grocery ads on their website or in their app, or if you get like a paper or anything like that, they still have those things and there's still sales. You can get things on sale. If I ever shop at Target, I use the app Cartwheel and like have that. There's all these different things that really can help you save money. And if you think about it, if you're spending, I typically spend $40 or so per week on myself. That would be like 2 meals out, you guys. That would be like 2 to 3 lunches or happy hours or whatever. So it's definitely saved me money on that front of things. And then also, like, when I know that I have things made, it saves you time to do it up front. And then also, when I already have something made, like, I feel bad wasting that. So I don't want to like all of a sudden like, oh, never mind, I want to go get a sandwich or I want to go like get XYZ because I already know I have food at home. I don't want to waste it. So this has really helped me, you guys, planning ahead, prepping all this out. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, but hopefully this was helpful.